My question is for the Premier. 100% it's not fair. That is what the Premier said when asked why big box stores like Walmart are staying open while small independent businesses are forced to close. The Premier had little to say about healthcare driving his decision, but he told us about business logistics. A study just last week from Stanford advised that a possible alternative was capacity limits for small businesses, not an all-or-nothing approach. Instead, the Premier is driving customers into Walmart, where everyone can congregate together in one place. Sounds like a good place to maximize the spread of an airborne virus, if you ask me. Why is the Premier not treating small businesses fairly and letting them open, as he is the big box stores?
Deputy Premier.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you to the member for the question. This is a serious concern, and this was not a decision that was made lightly by any means to put both Toronto and Peel Region into this lockdown. I know that there are going to be many people that are going to be badly hurt by this, but that's what COVID is doing. That is why we have to have these restrictions, hopefully for a short period of time to start bending this curve so that they can come back, people can go back into business again and be open. But this decision had to be made. Small businesses, I know, are going to suffer considerably for this. That is why we're doubling the amount of economic protection and bringing in for them from $300 million to $600 million. But they can still be able to receive online requests, telephone requests. They can still do business even though their stores are closed, but it's necessary in order to prevent the further community transmission of this virus. It had to be done.
Supplementary question.
Speaker, remember when the Premier used to say he was against the elites and for the little guy? 2 years later, the elites are running the show as the Premier makes policy based on special advisors and after holding phone calls with the CEO of Walmart, who talked him into letting them open full service while small business competitors couldn't even open under reduced capacity conditions. The other advantage Walmart has over Ontario small businesses is they can afford to hire lobbyists like they did in September. Walmart hiring the Premier's former executive director, David Tarrant, and a member of the Premier's Advisory Council of Lobbyists, Melissa Landsman. Can the Premier tell us if registered lobbying from big box stores had any impact in his decision to allow them to run full service while closing down small businesses?
Deputy Premier.
No, it did not, and I would like to say to the member through you, Mr. Speaker, that is entirely unfair and entirely not the situation. The situation is this. Some of those big box stores are staying open because they provide essential services, and that is the reason why. Many of them have pharmacies, many of them have food stores, grocery stores in them, whatever. We want people to be able to receive the essential services and keep the supply chain open. Those big box stores will be restricted. They will be operating at 50% capacity. The number of people within those stores is going to be limited. There's going to be the distancing outside as necessary, but it's absolutely essential that they remain open because they have those essential services. It had nothing to do with anything else. Essential services is what we made those decisions.
Order.
Absolutely, those are the facts, and that is how those decisions were made, and will continue to be made in the future on the basis of the best health data that we have available.